Assalamu alaikum, dear Arabic learners. I am Afifa and I welcome you to my Quranic Arabic Simplified course, lesson number 30, where I will continue the topic of prepositions that I started in lesson 29. There are playlists with titles Quranic Arabic Simplified or Madinah Arabic Shortened so that you can search using these keywords and find any lessons that you have missed. Let us now begin. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Today we are going to cover a very important preposition, li, which is used to mean in order to or for the purpose of. Let's take an example. Hum qadimuna ilal madinati li ziyarati ummihim. It means they are coming to the city to visit their mother. Hum means they, qadimuna means coming, ilal madinati meaning to the city, li ziyarati. So here li means for the purpose of or to visit. Ummi him, their mother. The preposition li has another important meaning, which is belonging to. Let's take an example. Hazal maktabu lil mudiri. It means this office belongs to the director. Hazal maktabu, this office, lil mudiri, belongs to the director. We see the use of li here, right? Now, in meaning, this is equivalent to a possessive phrase, which we have seen in prior lessons called idafa. So another way to say the same thing would be to use an idafa construction like this. Haza maktabul mudiri, where maktabu is mudaf and al mudiri is mudaf ilayhi. So you see that the meaning is the same. So this allows the preposition li to make a possessive construction. To summarize, we have seen li is a harful jar, which means preposition, and it has the meaning of for, belonging to, possession. So when we say Kitabu Muhammadin, that is an idafa construction to mean a book belonging to Muhammad. So we can say this in another way using the preposition li. We can say Kitabun li Muhammadin, right? Where li is the harfu jar. So when the particle of jar, li, enters upon an ism, noun, it causes it to take a kasra, which is al jar status. So we can also attach li to man, which is a particle of questioning, to mean who. So if we say li man, it means whose or belonging to whom. So if you want to say whose is this, we can say liman hazihi, and the answer would be hazihi li yasirin. It means this belongs to Yasir. So we observe the use of li here, and we see that it made Yasirin majrurun with a kasra. Okay, so if you want to say whose is the book, we will say limanil kitabu. It means whose is the book, and we observe here that man became manil, right? Because there was a kasra added here. Why? We discussed this in the last lesson because of the avoidance to have two sukoons. There was a sukoon on the noon and a sukoon on the lam, and we cannot have the meeting of two sukoons because you cannot pronounce it. So a kasra has been added here. Note that when li is used with a noun having al, the alif of the al is omitted. Let's take an example. Al-imamu, when li is added to it, it is lil imami. So we notice that the alif of al has been omitted here for ease of pronunciation. So al-mudarrisu, when li is attached to it, becomes lil-mudarrisi. Okay, so now let's look at this common phrase that we say every day. All praise belongs to Allah. We say Alhamdulillahi. So we noticed here that the word Allahu becomes Lillahi, but by just dropping the alif, and no extra lam was needed to be added, right? So it means all praise belongs to Allah. Now let's take an example from the Quran for the preposition li to mean belonging to. Here is a common portion of the verse that we recite a lot in the Quran. It is Lillahi ma fis samawati wa ma fil ardi. It means whatever is in the heavens and the earth belong to Allah. Okay, so let's break it down. Lillahi, it means with the preposition li attached to Allah to mean belongs to. Ma means what or whatever. So belongs to Allah whatever is fis samawati, in the heavens. We covered fi in the last lesson to mean in, which is a preposition, which is why it made the noun after it majroor. Wa means and. Again ma came, right? Wa ma fil ardi. So again fi came, which is a preposition, fil ardi, right? In the earth. And here again kasra because of the preposition fi. Also note that samawatun is plural. It is plural and the singular is sama'un. Now let's take a look at how the preposition li, belonging to, should be used in cases where the idafa, where the possessive construction may not be clear or even possible. Let's see an example where you want to say, this is an office, indefinite, belonging to the director. So this is a possessive kind of construction where the mudaf you want it to be indefinite and the mudaf ilayhi is definite. So an office belonging to the director. So here we can see how the preposition li can be used. You can say haza maktabun lil mudiri. Okay, so we can see that maktabun is an office, lil mudiri. So we now look at another case where the possessive, the idafa, may not be clear or possible. So we use the preposition li, belonging to replace it. So if we want to say this office belongs to a director, we see how this office is definite, belongs to a director is indefinite. So the office belongs to any director. So here you can say hazal maktabu li mudirin. So this office belongs to a director. So now let's study the common prepositions that we have been looking at with examples from the Quran. So the first one here is ala, which means on. لو أنزلنا هذا القرآن على جبل. Had we sent down this Quran on a mountain. Ala jabalin. The next one is min, which means from. خلق الإنسان من علق. He created man from a clot. So min alaqin. Okay, from a clot. The next one we look at is ila, which means to. Inna ila rabbina munqalibun. So indeed or surely we shall return to our Lord. So here we see ila rabbina, to our Lord. The next one is fi. Inna anzalnahu fi laylatil qadri. Indeed We have indeed revealed the message in the night of power. Okay, fi laylatil qadr. An, which means about or concerning. Wala tus'alu an ashabil jahimi. So here, and thou will not be asked about the owners of hell. An ashabil jahimi. So here we see the use of an. The next one we've been covering in this lesson is li. Lillahi ma fis samawati wa ma fil ard. We've seen this already in the lesson today. And we covered be, which means with, by, at, in. All of these meanings are valid depending on the context. So here the verse says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu ista'inu bis sabri was salati. So, O you have believed, seek help with patient perseverance and with prayer. So we see bis sabri, right? With patience. Inna Allaha ma'as sabirin. Indeed, Allah is with those who patiently persevere. And here again we see ma'a is also used here, which we will study in the future. But this can also be used as it can also be a preposition or an adverb. So let's continue looking at prepositions from the Quran. We say it is jarun wa majrurun. Okay, that's the grammatical term for it. So the first one is la ikraha fid dini, to mean there shall be no compulsion in matters of faith. So here the preposition that we observe is fi, fid dini, in the matters of religion or faith. The second one we've already seen before, so we're going to skip that. We come to the following one, which is Huwa allazi yusawwirukum fil arhami. It is he who shapes you in the wombs. So here we again look at the preposition fi to mean in. Fil arhami to mean in the wombs. The next one here is wa yukallimun nasa fil mahdi. Here it means and he shall speak on two men in his cradle, of course referring to Isa alayhi salam here. Again we see the use of the preposition fi, fil mahdi, right, in his cradle or in the cradle. The next one, wa huwa fil akhirati minal khasirin. So here it means and in the life to come he shall be among from the losers, right, from those who have lost. So here we see two prepositions. The first one is fi and the second one is min. So in the first one it is fil akhirati, in the hereafter. In the next one minal khasirin, it means here min means among or from the losers, right? Okay, so the next one, lahum fid dunya khizyun وَلَهُمْ فِي الْآخِرَةِ عَذَابٌ عَظِيمٌ. It means there shall be, or for them, to belonging to them, there shall be disgrace in this world, and in the akhirah there will be suffering, right? So let's look at it. Lahum. So it's the preposition li that we have been studying, but it becomes lahum here. Because of ease of pronunciation, it is lahum, but it's really the li that we have been studying, which is the preposition to belong, right? So for them, fid dunya, in the dunya, right, in this world. We see the use of preposition fi here. Again, the preposition li has come, walahum, right, for them, fil akhirati, in the hereafter. Okay, and the last one here is yujahiduna fi sabilillahi, those who strive hard in Allah's cause. Here fi means in, sabilillahi, in the path of Allah. So we are going to continue to look at examples from the Quran for these prepositions listed here, which are ala, min, ila, fi, an, li, and bi. Okay, so the first verse here we're looking at is وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يَقُولُ آمَنَّا بِاللَّهِ وَبِالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ. And there are people from men who say we believe in God and in the last day. So here it is the preposition min, right? مِنَ النَّاسِ, from the people. Billahi, where we see the preposition be, right? Who believe in Allah. Billahi wa bil yawmil akhiri. And again, be attached to the word yawm, in the last day. So the next one is minal masjidil harami ilal masjidil aqsa. It means from the house of worship at Makkah to the place of worship at Jerusalem. So here we see again preposition min, minal masjidil harami. Here it means from the mosque of al-haram. Ila again means to, okay, to the masjidil aqsa. In the next verse we see min qabli salatil fajr. It means before the prayer of daybreak. So here we see the use of min again, right? Min qabli. So from before Salatil Fajr. And the next one is wa min ba'di Salatil Isha, and after the prayer of night, right? So here again min came. So from after the Salatil Isha. Right? Okay, and the next one is fi qulubihim maradun, means in their heart is a disease. Again we see the use of fi qulubihim, in their hearts. The next one is وَتَرَكَهُمْ فِي ظُلُمَاتٍ, and leaves them in darkness. Here we see use of fi ظُلُمَاتٍ, in the darkness. ظُلُمَاتٍ is plural to mean darknesses, plural. And then the next one وَيُفْسِدُونَ فِي الْأَرْضِ, and they spread corruption in the earth. Here it is fil ardi. The preposition is fi, in the earth. If you are regular with watching the 2 or 3 short videos that I post per week, you will succeed in mastering Quranic Arabic, inshaAllah. If this video benefited you, please do like, subscribe, comment, and keep watching these short videos. Subhanaka wa bihamdika la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.